Good day and welcome back to another Gekishin Squadra video. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can set up your optimal settings on your device or in terms of your controls to help you with your gameplay in Gekishin Squadra. If you played Pokemon Unite, you will know that Gekishin Squadra is a mobile first design game. It's essentially designed to be played on mobile devices for the most part, and in this process there are a lot of automated controls, so adjusting your settings will help you a ton with your gameplay. Motion blur should be set off for your device. Some devices will not have the option based on their graphical quality, like mine, because I need to replace my phone next year, but basically it's important to note this. Also, before we get into the real settings, if you're brand new, highly suggest you put Battle Guide on, because you will need these tips as a new player. You can switch it off and battle tips off once you're very familiar with the game to declutter your screen. And this will be a basic settings guide, so I'm not going to customizing your layout per se, but more adapting your control settings. So we'll go through each section. You want to keep your sensitivity as low as possible for both your left and right stick. You want to make them reactive. Don't push them up. Keep them low on the one number. Don't worry about pushing them up unless you really feel like you're having way too much sensitivity. Rush attack settings, lock on target, more than fine. Click semi-auto on, especially in the beginning. This means you won't have to constantly spam your attack button over and over and over again. You will be able to lock on with repeated attacks. If you don't want to lock on a target, I don't suggest this at all. Mobile, console, etc. The game is designed to have auto lock on, especially with its radius and how its control movement is. Where it says prioritize all except enemy NPCs, you want to have this on. This is important because this will prioritize enemy player characters over enemy NPCs. So like if you're fighting characters and like a group and there's Cybermen or things, you want to focus on the enemy players. Then you want to change to focus with the lowest HP percentage. This is important because what it does is it allows you to prioritize characters that are running away with low health. Especially if you are chasing someone, you'll find it very annoying when you relock to the nearest target and you want to actually get a guy that's in the distance. This is why. In terms of the auto aim, again, change to lowest health target. Leave it on prioritize all except NPCs. And then obviously we need to change a little bit of our activate settings. So a lot of these settings are dependent on yourself, but for the most part you want to leave things relatively auto. The reason for this is aiming can be very finicky, especially on mobile devices, and you want to keep as much wiggle room as possible. You basically want to leave yourself almost making the final decision, or if you want to, making an alternative decision. Directional movement skills, this should be off. The reason for this is if you switch this to on, it's going to, if you're traveling towards a player, it will fire the ability towards the player, okay, which is more than fine. If you are going to obviously now have them shift, it'll follow them, but this makes it a little bit difficult when you are trying to use an ability rather to get away. Let's say you're dashing away with Piccolo, you want to actually rotate that, you want to aim it so that you can get out of battle. You want to leave this off. Okay, aim assist settings here, you want to make sure that you switch this on. We are going to tinker with it a little bit. There are two options, slow assist and sticky assist. You want to go with slow assist more than you want to go with sticky assist. Sticky assist will actually almost make your kind of like ability hug the enemy character that you're facing or that you're targeting. The reason you don't have this is because it's going to really stick, like quite substantially, and this can make it very difficult when you're trying to actually aim maybe at a group of players or position it in between the players, etc. So you rather want to go for slow assist. This will slow your reticle down as you near the enemy target that you're facing, and will allow you to adjust a little bit better in terms of where you want that ability positioned. Because remember, you still want the ability, or you want the control to position your abilities if you've got like Vegeta and you want to pull everyone together, etc. In terms of the position direction settings, Here you don't have to do too much, but I do suggest adjusting the speed and adjusting some of the like dead zones, etc. The reason for this, okay, is it's just to help it pull a little bit faster. If you've ever been aiming a skill, especially now with the slow mode on, you want your reticle to kind of move a bit quicker, so that you can kind of have that ability to shift it around. And now that you have the slow mode, which will slow when you're kind of in range of an enemy, you can afford to increase that speed a little bit. And that's it. That really covers it. Obviously, in terms of layout and display and where the buttons are and everything, this can be entirely up to your preference. I will probably do a more advanced or customized layout section, but really this is where, if you change these settings, you should feel a pretty good change in your combat, allowing you to have a more productive time. Obviously, let me know if you have any of your own personal suggestions or amendments that you think really help. It would be great to hear, or if you feel like certain characters benefit from others.